What's good, people? It's your boy Lowry.
True hippie.
What's good, people? It's your boy Lowry. Yes. Good evening. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? I've got my new mic. Apparently last week I was quite low on the stream, but let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear, man. Let me know. All right, cool, guys. Welcome to a new episode of the Everything Lowry Show. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope your week has gone well. I hope your hay fever hasn't been too bad this week. The weather in the UK has been improving. We've been getting some good weather. Even today was a really good day for weather. But with good weather comes that good hay fever. And if you're like me, hay fever catches you at the worst times. So I hope you guys are taking your tablets. Make sure you're taking your hay fever tablets, drinking lots of water. Alevia is the one that I take. It's like a 24-hour hay fever tablet, which is amazing. And that's what I'm taking. But enough of that, man. We're not here to talk about weather and hay fever tablets and whatnot. We are here to discuss movie news, TV news of the week. And I have a great show planned for you tonight, man. I'm going to be discussing the latest Minecraft box office news. This movie has been causing a storm. Let's just say that, and all the other crazy stuff that's come with Minecraft. I have the latest updates with China. Yes, China and America's Trump's tariffs, all this stuff that's been happening could potentially affect Hollywood. So we're gonna get stuck into that. We have the latest on Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's Sinners movie, which is a vampire film releasing next week. So first reactions were dropped this week, actually. So going to be getting into that. And going to wrap up the show with some juicy news, actually. And it's surrounding the latest Scream movie and, you know, what Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera went through and some updates that came out this week. So, yeah, man, some juicy stuff. But before I get started with the news, I just want to discuss what I've been watching this week. Well, actually, not even this week. Past couple weeks. I'm a bit behind, and it's Daredevil. Daredevil is a Marvel television show. If you've not watched it, it's on. Well, it actually first came out on Netflix. Really good show. 3 seasons, amazing. And then Disney, they purchased Marvel or whatnot, but they didn't have the rights to the Daredevil TV show because Netflix owned the rights. So they had to wait, you know, a long time, and recently they purchased the rights to it, and they went ahead and made a new series, which is a continuation of the stuff that was happening on Netflix. Oh, my sound is quite low. Okay, 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Is this better? What about now? Okay, cool. Apologies, guys. I had the gain turned down too low. Appreciate you guys helping me in the chat. But yeah, so look, I've been watching this Daredevil Born Again TV series, and I was really excited for it. I was really excited for this Daredevil TV series. But guys, I have to say, man, it hasn't been levels. I mean, the Netflix show was outstanding. Like it really was a top-notch television show that had everything. It had drama, great acting, great cinematography, and all the stuff that you would want with a gritty comic book TV show. And don't get me wrong, the Disney Plus version has all of that, but that secret seasoning that was there in the Netflix show just hasn't transferred over to Disney yet. I don't know why. But yeah, the show is just not what I've expected so far. Like I said, the acting is good, but yeah, the story is just missing something. And for me, it's taken until around episode 6. Bearing in mind, I'm behind. So I think episode 8 released Wednesday this week. So I'm 2 episodes behind. But it's taken until episode 6 for me to be like, yeah, finally, this is Daredevil. This is what I want to see. There were rumors of the original writers being sacked because the production team and Kevin Feige, who's the head of Marvel Entertainment, they weren't happy with the first draft of this new Disney Plus Daredevil series. And I would definitely say, I don't know if this is true, but end of episode 5 and then episode 6 definitely feels like a tonal shift in terms of writing and everything compared to the previous episode. So I'm leaning towards that could possibly be true. But yeah, hopefully it picks up. Like I said, slightly underwhelming so far. There's still a few episodes left to go. I mean, I've got 2 episodes to catch up on, so hopefully, it starts to improve. But yeah, man, waiting 6 episodes in 2025, especially for an established character and, show that we already know, isn't the greatest coming from Marvel. But yeah, just letting you know what I'm watching at the moment. At the end of the show, I'll be letting you know what is coming out today. Like we had Black Mirror released today, and there's some other stuff coming out tomorrow. But yeah, without further ado, let's get stuck in. Let's get stuck in with the first news story for tonight, and it's surrounding Minecraft. Now, Minecraft, and I didn't expect this from this film, but this movie has taken the world by storm. In a good way, but also in a not so good way. And I had the pleasure of interviewing Danielle Brooks, Emma Myers, and Sebastian Hansen, who all star in the movie. They're main characters alongside Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Yes, I didn't get to interview Jack Black or Jason Momoa, but soon. Their next movies soon. But yeah, you can also watch that interview on YouTube. I'll put a link in the chat below. But yeah, so I watched the film, and I was going to speak about it in my last show last week because the movie released last week. But it wasn't for me. So I just felt, you know what, I'm not really going to talk about something that I could clearly see the film was not targeted to a viewer like me. And also, and this was after I'd watched the film, the reviews had come out about the movie, and critics from established publications were giving this movie 1s, 2 out of 5 stars. But even with that, a Minecraft movie opened up with a box office opening, global opening of $301 million, which is insane. I did not expect this film to open up with that. That is insane. That has beaten the opening of Barbie. And we saw what Barbie did last year or the year before. When did Barbie come out? Was it last year? Or the year before? Anyway, we saw what Barbie did at the box office. And online, they're stating that if the trend continues, which I will get into in a moment because the hype of this film day by day just keeps growing, and not for the best of reasons, it could reach over $1 billion at the box office, which would be incredible because, I did not expect this film to do that well at all. But the Minecraft player base is huge. It has tons and tons of fans. I think the demographic of people it's been targeted at right now in the UK, it's school holidays, so it was perfect timing, and maybe holidays in America, I don't know, but perfect timing for the release, and I think the stars have just aligned for this film. But with that said, and also I think we will see a sequel to a Minecraft movie. But with that said, there have been some controversial things coming out from the movie. So let me just get a quick clip for you guys. If I had this on here for you, but 1 second. And also let me know in the chat if you guys have watched a Minecraft movie, and let me know in the chat your thoughts on a Minecraft movie. Where did I put that link? Where is it now? Here we go. All right. So I've got the video up. It's gonna bring. Can you guys see the video on screen just yet? All right, you guys can't see it. All right, cool. All right, you should be able to see it now. There we go. All right. So the first controversial thing to come out of this film is surrounding this person called Valkyrie, who we have on screen. Now, she is a massive streamer on YouTube. And in interviews, she did confirm she went out to New Zealand where Minecraft was filmed for about 10 days and shot around 30 seconds worth of scenes. Around 6 months ago, she did this interview with Jason the Ween. I don't know who he is. But in the interview, she spoke on her experience on the Minecraft movie. And I'm going to play you a clip and then we'll, see as to why this could be controversial from it. So let me know in the chat if you guys can hear as well.
That makes so much fun. Okay, next question.
Okay, next question.
Dear God.
Worst celebrity or streamer experience? You don't have to say the name.
I will say the name. Ooh. Okay.
Who's an asshole? Who's a asshole?
Okay. I mean, it's already out anyways, whatever. He was.
Oh, it's a he.
Yes. How do I say this? So Minecraft movie. I have a cameo in the Minecraft movie. It's coming out. I would have to say Jason Momoa.
Really? Aquaman?
I just saw him like mistreat some of the crew, and it was pretty disappointing. It was after a very intense scene, and it was a very emotional scene, so maybe he was still in character, I don't know, but I just was kind of surprised by how he treated like some of the crew, and it was like,
what would he do? Like, he said, give me a coffee.
He was just really mad at them that they weren't doing something right. The way it was like setting up like the shot and stuff, and like it was just angry, like really mad and like yelling. And so I was like, man, this is like not a good work environment. Like I would not be happy working under these conditions.
Damn.
So that was a short clip from this interview. If you want to watch it, I'll put the link below. But so Valkyrie, she basically said, she called out Jason Momoa for what seemed to be his mistreatment of some of the people who were on set, and it didn't really rub well with her. Now, there have been no confirmations, but she was removed from the film. She was removed from the film. And I'm just saying, look, if you call out one of the major stars from the movie before the film releases, even though I would say that was a light jab. It wasn't anything major. It was a light jab to Jason. But I could see someone at Warner, someone in the production team saying, hey, Valkyrie, it was great working with you, but we're no longer putting you in the movie. Or they probably didn't even ring her up. They already flew her out. They probably already paid her. So they didn't need to tell her if she was gonna be in the final cut or not. But yeah, so she was removed from the movie. None of her scenes appear in the film, and yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many movie sets Valkyrie has been on, but from from working in the movie industry, movie sets are not always nice places to be on. There are deadlines, there are people running around, people trying to get the shot, the correct shot, actors being in their character. There's so much stuff happening, and the main thing about movie sets is that time is money. Time is money. So there could have been many, many factors as to why Jason in that particular moment was seen to be a bit mean. For example, I have a friend who actually met up with Jason during the production of Aquaman 2, and I was told that Jason was great fun to be around. My friend even worked out with him, which was insane, before going to the Aquaman 2 set. And just in the industry, I've heard Jason's a cool guy. Like, he is a warm and easy guy. He likes to party. He's, excitement and all of this stuff. So I think in this particular scenario, she probably caught him at a bad time. And she may not have a lot of experience being on movie sets. I know she's been in music videos and other things, but a movie set, and especially a film with this much money pumped into it, is a different scene. But I'm not saying, we don't know what Jason did, and I'm not condoning treating people like trash or being mean to people, but in the industry, it kind of is like a is what it is type of thing. And you'll be surprised of the people that I've heard, some notable people that are just absolute. I can't even say the word because YouTube will ban it, but they are not nice people on set. And you'll see them on TV, and they'll be like good as gold, but behind that camera, poof, you don't want to mess with them. And I'm talking like the elites. Who is she? So Valkyrie is a streamer. She plays video games on YouTube. She's got millions of followers. So this came out as quite breaking news because she kind of outed Jason Momoa of being not a nice person, and the internet has kind of linked that to her being removed from the film. So I thought I'd bring that up. And there's the second controversial thing to come out from this movie have been the crazy cinema experiences. Now, comic book movies are notorious for having crowds that don't really have the greatest cinema etiquette. I'm one of them people. I've been that person. Avengers Endgame midnight screening, when Cap wills Mjolnir, I was out of my seat. But with that said, I knew when to tone it down. So I'm going to play you a clip from a recent Minecraft movie screening, and guys in the chat, just let me know your thoughts on it. So let me just bring this clip up. All right. Let me know if you guys can. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool.
Chicken jockey.
If you guys didn't see, I'll pause it.
Chicken jockey.
Let me mute. Someone brought an actual chicken to a Minecraft screening. A real life chicken to the screening. Now, I'm assuming this screening was in America because I've not heard of this stuff happening in the UK yet. But part of what I think Minecraft's box office numbers have been fans or people trying to get a viral moment, because this is what's happening now, in which there's a moment in the film. Again, I've not played the game that much. I played it like once or twice, but I don't know much of the lore surrounding the game. But there's a moment with Chicken Jockey and people go crazy. Like, I was like, huh? What the heck? But it's taken the internet by storm. So much so that people are going to Minecraft screenings and absolutely trashing the whole cinema. I'm talking about popcorn flying, drinks flying. Police have had to come to a number of Minecraft screenings, I think in America, and they've been shut down. Some people online have said to stop showing Minecraft in the cinema. As we can see in this video, someone brought a real life chicken into a movie screening just for the chicken jockey moment, which is insane. The light had to switch on. See how much popcorn's on the floor. Now, this is the other controversial thing that's happened with Minecraft, a Minecraft movie. And so much so, Cineworld have had to, well, not have had to, but they've jumped ahead and created a chicken jockey screening in 4DX, which is basically just an open gate for people on Sunday, the 13th of April. It's in 4DX, so that's going to be a pricier ticket, but just come in and trash the cinema, which I think is going to happen. And I get the gesture of this, and I get trying to jump on, social trends and whatnot, but I don't think we should be encouraging people just to trash the place for TikTok and Instagram views. I don't agree with that. People recording the movie, spoiling the ending. I mean, cinema right now is struggling. There's a few movies that people will now go to the cinema for, and when you see stuff like this happening, it's going to turn the people that don't even care about cinema but may go and watch it because they've heard so-and-so watch it off. Like, for me, if I didn't watch this film early and I saw people dashing popcorn and drinks and chicken jockey and doing craziness in the cinema, I'll just wait for this to come onto streaming and I'll just watch it once it's on streaming. I'm not gonna pay for a ticket for my cinema experience to be ruined for a crowd of people, which is upsetting. So I get the gesture from Cineworld, and I get it's cool. Hopefully they pay their employees quadruple pay, because this screening is going to be insane. Oh no, they don't represent. So we have a Minecraft player in the chat, and they said they don't represent all Minecraft fans. I agree. I think it's more people trying to get a social moment rather than actually enjoying the film or being a Minecraft fan. We've had this with films in the past where a social moment happens and then people go just to become part of that social trend. It's annoying, but it happens. We're in that generation. But yeah, man, a Minecraft movie I never would have thought would have this. It's only been out less than a week, and all of this stuff has happened. So it's like I said, it's definitely going to get a sequel with its trending amount of money that's making per week. It may hit 1 billion, we don't know. But yeah, when more news comes out about a Minecraft movie, or if any more craziness comes out, I'll be sure to let you know on the next stream. So with that said, we are going to get stuck in to the next topic of tonight. And the next topic is to do with a hit Netflix show that came out recently. And it's there we go. And it's about adolescence. And it looks like we could potentially be getting a season 2. So this is breaking news that came out yesterday. And if you're a fan of Adolescence, then you'll be happy to know that Brad Pitt's production company, Plan B Entertainment, who were behind Adolescence, have confirmed that they're in early talks with Netflix to develop what could be a second season of the drama TV show Adolescence. And if you saw the show, then you know this isn't your average coming-of-age story. This is the first interview that they've done post the release of the series that came out last month. So Plan B co-heads Deed Gardner and Jeremy Kilner told Deadline that they're already chatting with director Philip Barantini about the next iteration of the show. So that means more of that intense real-time storytelling that had a lot of Netflix viewers gripped to their TV. Now, if you missed Adolescence, it follows a 13-year-old boy played played by breakout star Owen Cooper, accused of stabbing a female classmate, all while being pulled into the dark corners of the online manosphere, aka the incel movement that we have been seeing in recent times on the internet. It's a heavy subject matter, and it's something that I'm quite happy was highlighted in a show like this, because it is something that I think it should be talked about. And yeah, it struck a massive chord with everyone, and it racked up over, I think, 114 million views on Netflix since it released on the 13th of March, and it lands it now at number 4 on the Netflix's most popular English language TV list, which is insane. Gardner said the team is focused on staying true to the show's raw emotional core without repeating themselves. And yes, they're hoping to bring back the drama team. It's not drama team, the dream team, with Stephen Graham and writer Jack Thorne. Now, if you watch Boiling Point, this is another one-shot, one-take style TV show that I loved. If you haven't watched Boiling Point, you need to watch that. That is a great film, and I believe they turned it into a TV show as well. And yeah, so they're talking again for that one take, which hits different. It does hit different. It keeps everything in real time, and it does make it feel more intense. And it's not gimmicky. That's what I like about it. It's not a gimmick add to this show and to Boiling Point, if done well. But yeah, so they said the reason why they did the one take style was because it was about forcing the audience not to look away from the issues at hand. So sometimes when you get lots of cuts in a TV show, as the viewer, it does give you a kind of a break from. So you might go on your phone, you might get a little bit distracted, but when it's one fluid take, you're more likely to pay attention to what's on screen. And I think they did a great job. Fun fact about the show, actually. This show was pitched to Amazon for Prime Video, and Brad Pitt even sat in one of the meetings, but Amazon passed on this. I in hindsight, I think they wish they never done that now. And then Netflix swooped in, and the rest is history. Netflix UK bosses are saying, that this is one of the best UK shows that they've released on the streaming platform. Anna Menso, who's been behind Baby Reindeer, The Gentleman, championed the series, and the co-CEO Ted Sanderos gave it a personal stamp of approval. So Adolescence has had all of the shout, the rave reviews, and I think it will probably be up for awards at next year's TV show awards. Even the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, said it would hit home hard. I think they're putting it in schools for free because of the subject matter of the TV show. And yeah, so while nothing is confirmed yet, it does look like we are getting a second season of Adolescence, which was supposed to be a limited series. And I saw something on Twitter. I was supposed to get it on the show tonight, but someone said it's a limited series until the numbers come in, which we have seen a few times. I would say Severance on Apple TV. I could swear that was a limited series. I think it was supposed to be a one and done. I could be wrong, but we got a season 2. I'm pretty sure there's other shows which were supposed to be a limited series, and because it did so well, we get more seasons. But let me know in the chat, did you guys like Adolescence? Do you think it was as amazing as the internet, as the critics have raved about it? Do you think it should get a season 2? Let me know in the chat down below. So we've got Narizzle Pie saying, I enjoyed Adolescence, but it's not groundbreaking. Will be interested in how they do. I agree. I definitely think it's not groundbreaking, but I still think it's a good show. Maybe could have cut down maybe one episode. So if they could do it in, or maybe like a film, if they did it in a film, like an hour and a half, I think that would be the perfect time limit for this type of show. Or maybe less than an hour and a half, because it's quite intense, so you don't want it to be too long. But I do agree, it wasn't groundbreaking. But it does, like you said, highlight a very important issue in today's society. Great acting, especially from the younger cast, but the last episode lost it. I do agree. I think the last episode did drag a bit. I think it could have done without that last episode and could have been condensed in maybe 3 episodes. But yeah, so
That's good, people.
Adolescence. Oh, sorry. That was the announcement of the 2nd season of Adolescence. And of course, when more news comes out about a potential 2nd season of Adolescence, I'll let you guys know. All right, cool. We are taking it to the next story for tonight. And it's to do with... Why do I keep putting that up? We're not talking about Minecraft. And it's to do with Sinners. So this is a new movie written and directed by Black Panther director and writer Ryan Coogler. He's already a legend, man. Great films that he's put out. The movie's set in the 1930s with a vampire horror element to it. Michael B. Jordan is back starring in a Ryan Coogler film, and he's going to be playing twin brothers in the movie, returning to their hometown only to find something very dark waiting for them. And this week, on Monday, we had the first reactions to the film. Before we get into that, the cast is absolutely stacked for this film. So we have Haley Steinfeld, Wunmi Mosaku, Jack O'Connell, J.M. Lawson, Lin Junli, Omar Benson Miller, and the legend himself, Delroy Lindo. Plus, we have a debut performance from Miles Catton that people are raving about in this film. We also have Ludwig Göransson, who's scoring the movie. And the score for this film, people are saying it's brilliant, next level. One critic has even said that every musical number had them breathless. I'm in, man. I was already in from the first teaser trailer. I've not watched any of the other trailers that have come out because I know... Well, what was annoying is that the first iteration kind of spoiled the whole Michael B. Jordan being a twin. I would have liked that to have been a surprise in the film, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward, and just we go through some of the reactions to the film. So next best picture are calling it one of a kind cinematic experience, absolutely awesome. So this is Matt Neglia, I think. Neglia. Hopefully I pronounced their name right. He's praised Jordan's dual performance and said that once the story settles, it's just incredible. Liam T. Crowley didn't hold back. He tweeted, "Sinners is the best film of the year so far." Now, I will put an asterisk against that. It's not hard to be the best film of this year so far. If you tuned into my last week's show, I said Q1 for movies has been absolutely rubbish. So on one hand, it doesn't fill me with much confidence, but on the other hand, I do know that this is going to be a banger because I've heard people that I personally know that are interviewing the cast that have said this film is the one, and it could be one of the best films of the year. But even with that said, apparently there's a one take scene which is paired with Irish music that had people shook. The rap Drew Taylor said this might be his favorite Ryan Coogler film, called it scary, thoughtful, emotional, and bold, and Miles Catton steals the show. Sinners might have a banger. Warner Brothers might have a banger on their hands, and we could potentially be seeing a new IP, a new franchise from this film if it does well at the box office, and I think it will. I'm watching this early, so I am watching this next week. So I will have my review for next week's show on Thursday. So if you want to hear that from your boy, make sure you tune into that. But let me know in the chat, are you guys excited for Sinners? This is a vampire horror film, which we haven't seen done like this. 1930s, predominantly black cast. I'm pretty sure they're going to have some social commentary for that era put into this as well. Or it does say here it's going to be a vampire take on Jim Crow's South, so that's definitely going to be in there. So I think this is going to be one of the bangers of the year. So we have Ella in the chat saying excited for this one. Now, are you excited for this one because of it being a vampire horror film, or are you just excited to see Michael B. Jordan? Just let me know in the chat. But yeah, like I said, I'm watching this early next week, and of course I'll have my review for you guys both. Oh man. All right, cool. That was that for Sinners. Next, we're going to get on to something that I never thought I would be discussing on my show. And it's to do with the latest tariffs from Trump. Now, I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details because, one, I'm not fully informed in it, and I don't want to give you guys, the wrong information. And two, I'm still finding about this in real time. Actually, this came up, I think, earlier today. So I haven't had much time to delve into all the ins and outs. But long story short, Trump's recent tariffs hikes that he put on the whole world, I think end of last week. And then earlier this week, he added, 50% more onto China's imports. So now they're at 125%. I think there's 50% on top of what he already increased them to. So now they're at like 125% duties on Chinese imports, and a whole lot of crazy other stuff. Has caused a lot of tension, as it would. And the US film game Hollywood has mostly dodged drama when it comes to international trade wars because films and streamings are classed as services. So they're not physical goods. So there is a safety net. There's a safety bubble for them. But that might be that might be about to pop. And that could be because of China. So two major voices over in China basically dropped identical posts this week claiming that Chinese officials are seriously considering banning or limiting US films as part of a wider clapback against President Trump's latest rounds of heavy tariffs on Chinese goods. Now, that might sound like political noise, but let's be real. Hollywood does need China. It's the second biggest film market in the world, and while US studios have already seen earnings dip in China recently, a full-on ban would sting. For example, let me give you some perspective. A Minecraft movie that I was just talking about just debuted at #1 in China, pulling in around $14.5 million on the opening weekend. Last year, we had Godzilla Kong: The New Empire that racked up a massive 132 million over there. And that kind of box office numbers, it does matter. It matters. And especially US films are already losing ground to China's own homegrown blockbusters. It wouldn't be the best. I don't think it would be the best move for China to pull American movies from streaming and cinemas, because that would be a huge dent. And I think production companies would have to restructure their whole, next few years if that does happen. There is other things as well. China does play by its own rules. They control everything when it comes to movie releases, from how many foreign films that are allowed in each year, currently capped at 34 movies, when they hit cinema, to even what content gets past the censors. There was with one of the Star Wars movies posters that had John Boyega on the front cover. I know in China they removed John Boyega from the poster, so that to that nitty gritty of control, that's what China does. But despite all the red tape, also Hollywood studios, they get 25% of ticket sales under those deals. And that's even if their films make it through to China. But despite all the red tape, the film business is one of the few areas where the US actually does kind of well in China, because it's such a big, a massive population, and people do like to go to the cinema. So if China really does pull the trigger on a Hollywood ban, or even tightens the restrictions even more, like I said, it could change how studios approach international releases. Budgets might get cut even more. And even the type of stories. At the moment, we're calling for more fresh storylines and taking risks. But right now we seem to be in reboot era because the production companies don't want to take risks because no one's really going to the cinema to watch films. So this again could affect that. So yeah, I thought I'd bring that to your attention. Nothing has been rubber stamped yet, but if more news comes out about this, I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop. So yeah, let me know in the chat your thoughts on Trump's tariffs affecting Hollywood. Yeah, it's been a crazy week actually. Anyone with stocks kind of feels sorry for you this week. So but let's hope that improves next year and the year after. All right, cool. We're doing well for time, man. Damn. All right, we're getting to the last story of tonight. And thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, if you could like the stream, so if you just hit that thumbs up button, not the thumbs down. But yeah, it helps the stream out massively. It helps YouTube, tells YouTube that you're liking stuff, and it should hopefully promote it to more people. But I hate playing the algorithm game, but unfortunately, this is what we've got to do in 2025, which is slightly annoying. But yeah, we're getting into the last story of tonight, and it's to do with Scream. Scream 8, no, Scream 7. Is it 7? Scream 8, Scream 7. Scream 7. And yeah, Jenna Ortega finally speaks out after quite a while after she dropped out of the Scream movie. Now there were so many rumors of why she dropped out, and you know what could have caused it and all this internet talk. But now Jenna Ortega herself has come out and has had an interview with The Cut, and she shut down the rumors that her exit was all about money or schedule clashes, which were two of the stories that came out last year. But according to Jenna Ortega, it had nothing to do with that. And she said the Melissa stuff was happening and it was all kind of falling apart. That's basically a political correct sentence of saying I was backing Melissa Barrera, basically. Now, if we rewind for context, so in November 2023, Melissa Barrera, who is here on the right-hand side, she was, who starred alongside Ortega in Scream 5 and 6, she was fired from the film's production company, Spyglass, after posting about the Israel and Hamas war on social media, on her Instagram, I believe. She was accused of anti-Semitism, and something that she strongly denied at the time, and she continues to do that. And in an interview with The Times, she said that she knew she wasn't guilty of being anti-Semitic and that she stayed grounded in her faith despite losing a load of work opportunities. And then the day after Barrera was let go, Jenna Ortega was like, yo, I'm out of here. So she exited the film. And at the time, the official story was that she had schedule conflicts with Wednesday season 2, which is a Netflix show. Really good, by the way. And while it could have been true, she's now confirming that the team breakup basically played a part in her decision to step away, which I fully respect. And I think more people in the industry and around the world need to do that. So Ortega said if Scream 7 wasn't going to be with the team of directors and those people I fell in love with, then it didn't seem like the right move for me in my career at the time. Like I said, very professional. She's keeping it PC, but she's also saying, yo, I know where I stand. I'm on the right side of history right here. And then another twist came out, and that came out actually last night. So director Christopher Landon, who directed Happy Death Day, and I think he's got a new film called Drop. He's been doing junket interviews for his movie Drop. Finally opened up about why he left Scream 7, and he said the dream job quickly turned into a nightmare after Melissa Barrera was fired over her social media posts about Israel and Palestine. And fans of the show, fans on the internet, wrongly blamed him for it. And Landon revealed to Vanity Fair that he received terrifying death threats with people threatening his kids. The FBI and the studio security even had to get involved. And he came out and said, I didn't fire her. I had zero control. But the online hate made it unbearable. And by December 2023, he stepped down saying he lost his love for the project. Like I said, Jenna already exited as well. But yeah, kind of this is all pointing to Paramount, Spyglass, and just, you know, if you call out the truth, what's been happening between Israel and Palestine, you lose your job, which should not be happening. And, you know, Melissa Barrera was accused of being anti-Semitic, which I don't know why. Like, she wasn't being anti-Semitic. And I'm super, super proud of Jenna Ortega going the right route, because I think that Scream had something going with Melissa and Jenna. They played sisters in the film, and they didn't really need to, you know, harken back to the old Sidney Prescott, Neve Campbell era of Scream. Even though they did appear, they're nice Easter eggs to have, but the story was surrounding these two, and I really felt that they had something going with these two. Now that these two aren't in the film, they're bringing back everyone from the old school to get people back to watch this new Scream 7. And I personally feel that the backlash from how they fired Melissa, and with all the news that has come out about what Israel have been doing to Palestine, all the terrible things, I don't think this film financially is going to do well. I actually think people are going to boycott watching this film, and rightly so. I think, you know, the way they've handled the whole situation has been nasty. Again, Melissa should never have been fired. And so I'm just reading the comments here. I rate them both so much for saying it. Yeah, I rate them as well. You know, coming out, this is big, you know, this is Deadline posting it, and it was on The Cut, which is another big publication. I'm so glad she told the truth and stood. Yep. This is, I think more people need to take a page out of Jenna Ortega's book. And yeah, you know what? For a couple of productions, you might not get picked, but you're on the right side of history. And the main thing is, us as the people, we pay the bills of the we pay the bills of these films. So if the public are coming out and saying, yo, this is wrong, you should not be doing this, then, you know, as an actor, you do have to be a bit, I think we're in an era now where you have to be listening to what the world is saying, and also you have to truly believe it at the same time. Don't be doing it just to, you know, to seem good on the outside. I think Mark Ruffalo is another one who constantly is calling out what's happening between Israel and Palestine, and you know, he's still featuring in big films. And there's a load of actors that are doing it, and I think this needs to happen more with notable people. So I'm with you guys, man. I fully respect Jenna Ortega, and I think her career is just going to go from next level to next level. I think she's the new Scream Queen. Anything she's in, fair enough. To like Death of a Unicorn, which recently came out, wasn't the greatest production, but I've heard that her performance was really good. I'm looking forward to Wednesday season 2, and she's in the new Weekend film, Wake Me Up, I think it's called. I'm definitely going to be watching that. So yeah, they can keep Scream 7. I'm telling you, man, you won't be seeing any reviews of Scream 7 on this channel. I'll tell you that. But yeah, that is the last story for tonight. I thought I'd just bring that for you guys. And yeah, look at that. 8:15, neat and tidy show. Look, we're getting better at this, guys. We are getting better. But look, I want to thank you all for joining the show and sticking with me. Had a good amount of viewers tonight. Thanks for the engagement. I'm just going to stick on to see if there are... Oh, yeah. One thing I am forgetting is just going through the releases. I don't have them on screen. Actually, you know, I've stopped going on to IMDb because I keep getting copyright infringement. And I don't know why, because I'm no longer playing the movie trailers. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But basically, if you play a movie trailer now, you get copyrighted. So it kind of hinders the reach of the video after I post it. So I no longer post it. But I'll show you what releases are coming out. So this releases tomorrow in cinemas. It's called The Amateur, and this is an action thriller starring Rami Malek, Rachel Brosnahan, John Bernthal, Lawrence Fishburne, and it's all about a CIA cryptographer seeking justice after a personal tragedy. So that releases tomorrow. Then we have a movie called Drop. This film, where is it? Yeah, so basically this is like a thriller / horror, not horror, but like there's some horror elements to it. But basically, Violet, who is a widowed mother, she's on a date. This is in the trailer. And she's terrorized by a series of airdrop messages. She don't know who's airdropping her. But basically, she gets a call from someone that instructs her to tell nobody. And basically, she has to follow malicious instructions. Or her younger sister and her son, who are at home. She's got them on like a video camera at home. And some intruders come in and say, we're going to kill them. So, quite interesting. So, this releases in cinemas tomorrow. There was another thing. Oh, yes. Black Mirror Season 7. So, yeah, Black Mirror is officially out today, actually, on Netflix. I've not watched it. But this is, if you're a fan of Black Mirror, happy days. New Season 7 out today. And that is about it. I just realized I wasn't even showing you on the screen. But yeah, I'll cut it there. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll be on same time next week. I'll have my Sinners review. So if you want to find out more about that film, the vampire film with Michael B. Jordan, I'll be discussing that. And I'm pretty sure there'll be some major news next week. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoy your evening. And yeah, I'll catch you next week. Peace.